right, man. Let's do the Marvels movie review. I actually liked it. I thought it was solid, bro. I mean, a lot of people just tend not to liked it. They got tumbed against Brie Olsen. Now apparently they spent $274+ million on this budget and only made 21.6 million dollars on this film. Now apparently a lot of Google users did not like the movie. Right, 56% of the users like the movie. Now I don't like it's an issue with Brie Olsen. Um um so I forget what the controversy was with Brie Olsen. Um so um it's some type of controversy with her. Um so So I'm not 100% sure exactly what happened with Brie Olsen, but I know a lot of people had an issue with her, especially before Captain Marvel came out. So I didn't really not sure what it was or remember what it was. I'm trying to look it up real quick. Um, but a lot of people, so it said before the studio's first female lead superhero arrived in theaters 2019, Captain Marvel received flack for some Marvel fans with criticism ranging from everything between uh, Brie Larson, excuse me, lack of smiling in the trailer. Yes, really, the press conference perceived as sexist towards men. So they said she has a diva-like behavior. Um, So, real quick, somebody asked why she's such a controversial figure. Why do some people despise her yet love her? I like her acting. She's often rather subtle, which my fellow Americans don't always get. But you watch British actors or just know Russians, you learn to read smaller expressions than usually seen with American graciousness. So basically, he's basically saying there the guy I'm reading is basically kind of saying that she just misunderstood of some of her mannerisms. Um, I think Brie catches a lot of flack because she played Captain Marvel, and while the movie itself wasn't terribly inspired, it wasn't bad either. But the huge amount of BS around the movie and being a most visible face of the movie, people ear with the book BS. They got to focus on. I mean, she's a nice looking lady, man. I just don't understand it, dude. Um, she's from Sacramento too, so I don't really like. I don't know, man. I like her as an actor. I like Captain Marvel. But it's a lot of controversy surrounding her. She's a nice looking lady too, I must say myself. Um, but it was a female dominant movie. I really didn't care for the Miss Marvel Disney TV show. It was okay. Um, it had some sisters in there too. Lashana Lynch, she, kind of, reprised her role a little bit. She ended up dying. She was Captain Marvel's best friend. Her daughter grew up in this movie. Was played by Tanya Parrish. I think that, yeah. She looks definitely different in this picture. Tanya Parrish. She looks a lot younger than she actually is. She's a beautiful looking woman. Um, so yeah, it meant to me. And then the villain was Zawi Ashton. She's from London, the borough of Hackney, London, United Kingdom. She did a great job as the villain. Obviously, Samuel Jackson was in the movie as well too. Um, and basically, Captain Marvel has reclaimed her identity from the tyrannical Kree and takes revenge on supreme intelligence. However, unintended consequences see her shouldering the burden of a destabilized universe when her duties send her to an anonymous wormhole linked to the Kree revolutionary. Her powers become entangled with two other superheroes to form the Marvels. Okay. Um, so so at the end of the day, what basically happened in this movie, it was that, basically they called Brie Olsen, well, the Brie Larson, I keep calling her Olsen. They called, Captain Marvel the Destroyer, um, you know, because she basically made some mistakes with the Kree people, and basically the Kree people in the scrolls, they end up kind of making amends, and they was about to make a pact so the scrolls can have a new home to go to. She disobeyed Nick Fury orders and went in there and started fucking stuff up, and the scrolls told her that she messed up a deal, and she trying to tell them that they was gonna hoodwink them, but she didn't know that for sure. Now they still didn't have a place to go, and then for the most part, um, you know, the Dar-Ben, she was the the main she was the villain, and she basically just wanted uh you know she basically just wanted freedom for their people and stuff of that nature. And they called Captain Marvel the Destroyer because she was hell bent on destroying the supreme intelligence and all that type of stuff. And basically she opened up these wormholes, and when they disobeyed Nick Fury orders and they started touching the wormhole, Captain Marvel and Maria, not Maria, Monica Rambo, they basically all their powers got entangled, and they had to learn to work in unison until they became untangled. Now, um, for the most part, it had a fair amount of action in there. It could have been a little bit more action. They threw down a little bit. It wasn't a boring moment in the movie. The movie moved pretty fast. I believe it was an hour and 45 minutes. Yeah, so it movie moved pretty fast, man. And uh I thought it was pretty good. The CGI was good. The acting was good. The camaraderie amongst them was good. I mean, I really didn't have a problem with it. It didn't drag. It didn't have a whole bunch of unnecessary details in it. I liked it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna front. I liked it. If I had to say on a scale of 1 to 10, I probably would say it was a solid 6. It was a solid 6. It wasn't, no memorable classic movie, but it's something that I would watch again. And I think they did a great job, kind of, tying the TV shows and tying Kamala into the whole thing. And um, but the whole thing about it is when you get females in a movie, it just seemed like the dudes just don't want to support the female version of the movie. Now I think a lot of people chose to support what was the other movie called, Black Panther, because it was some mystery around how they was going to kind of go over Chadwick Boswick death, and they kind of chose to go with making her the Black Panther, which I think that was the worst kept secret out there. um you know, but it still was good, and I think that was the mystique. But for the same part, when you get females doing movies together, um, I just feel that it's hard. It's just and I think the comic book, even more females and more different demographics to get involved in the comic book era and all that type of stuff in the movies. It's just hard to get these dudes to come support the female movies. And I think her demeanor to play Captain Marvel was perfect. She's depicting Captain Marvel perfect, but like I said, dudes gonna nitpick. You got this gender war that's pouring into this stuff, and then women. It's not a overflow of women that's coming to support movies. Neither these type of movies or support the WNBA. Neither, but like I said, I enjoyed it. Um, um, you know, I definitely enjoyed it, man. I definitely would recommend people go see it. Uh, you know, you know, uh, but like I said before, I definitely would say y'all go see it. I think it was 6 out of 10. But then Ant-Man the Quantum, whatever it was, that didn't sell well again. And I like that movie too. But it seemed like if it don't have a hype behind it, bro, like people ain't going to see it. If it ain't got Tony Stark or some of these other names in there, people not going to see it. And this is why one of the reasons that they probably want to get it's probably one of the reasons that they kind of canceling Jonathan Majors out of they want to kind of redo the was it the phase 5 and 6 of Marvel, because people just not interested in the Kane and Conqueror thing, because they switching all over. They switching away from Captain America. They switching away from Iron Man. And if a lot of people in America feel like if it ain't the usual Um, if it ain't the usual characters, that they don't want to support them. They want popularity. That's all they want. Just like they want to see the Lakers and the Celtics. They always want to talk about the Cowboys. People got to start demanding diversity and start supporting it. But the people don't know much about the Red Hawk, and people don't know much about Reed Richards' son, what they trying to do, or people don't know, a lot about, when Captain America became black and Anthony Mackie role and all that. They really don't want to know. They just want to know the popular stuff again. They just want a revolving door of repetitive material. This is why they continue to make the Batman movies, and they continue to make Iron Man movies. People don't care about Ironheart. People don't want to see shit like that. Excuse my language. They want to see the same stuff over and over and over again. So Marvel tried to diversify, and Marvel tried to do some things different, but people ain't want to see it. Don't be surprised if they don't really go back and reprise Tony. Go back in history. Well, they went back in the past and they reprised Tony. They got Tony Stark back from the past and do something like that. So it's unfortunate. They was gonna get into the Fantastic Four, Reed Richards' son, Molecule Man, and stuff of that nature. And then now they talking about going forward and just jumping over Phase 5 and going straight to Doctor Doom. But I felt that this was a good movie, man. I say it was 6 out of 10. Um, and I ain't gonna lie, Miss Rambo was definitely looking fine in the movie. Gotta give it to her. She was thicker than the frozen Snickers. But hey, man, I liked it. Let me know what you girls and guys think. I mean, you see how the media can hype a movie up and they can sell a bunch of tickets, and they can hype a movie up, but then or they can downplay a movie and a good movie not sell nothing. So it is what it is. Hype can be real. But hey, check out my movie review playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Appreciate the love support. You can check my link tree out. You can check me everywhere from Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, and much, much more. Peace.